Sickening, bro. I mean, to think that all we fought through this year, all the games we had to win, knowing we definitely the better team, but it just didn't work out that way today.
Is that what hurts the most, where you say you knew you were the better team?
Yeah, we know.
All right, welcome to it. Altitude Football, Altitude After Dark, and you can see it's the three of us here. It's Coach Vic. Vic, how you doing? Do we got you or not? We might have technical problems with Vic. Coach, we got you good?
I hear you loud and clear, and got good news for you, DMac. You want good news?
Oh, sure. What's the good news?
The Avs and Nuggets season just started.
Wow, man, that's
sorry,
too soon.
man. I know, man. It's the worst.
Dick. Yeah,
well, you and I had that conversation actually as I was walking 2.5 hours after the final play at Empower Field. I was walking in my car, and it was not a quick walk. No. And I was freezing. I mean, that was cold. First time we've had real cold in Colorado here for the sports season in 25-26. But yeah, man, I wasn't ready for this thing to be over.
Nah,
I wasn't. And you, me, and Vic, we all sat next to each other. Sat with Rachel V. Hill and a couple of other good friends, Cody Rourke, and I mean, we all kind of agreed the Broncos. They were the better football team.
Yeah, so you agree with Nick Benito?
I do, and I hate that. It's kind of like, it's not quite Buffalo Bills loserville, but it's pseudo loserville because you didn't win at home.
Yeah.
But man, they're you know what Sean Payton has told Broncos country about some of the bad streaks that have existed over the last couple of years is that's not my hump. Unfortunately, this is his hump.
This is a big hump.
Yeah, and you know what else is his hump?
What's that?
Sean Payton's been in 4 championship games, AFC and NFC. His combined record, what is it?
1-3.
1-3.
Yeah.
1-3.
Sorry guys. I couldn't get my.
So all right, Vic, that's okay. What's your status here?
I'm good, man. I got nothing else to do. My wife wanted me to help me move stuff out of the kitchen, so I said I got to work.
That's awesome.
I'm just glad. What I'm happy about is that Vic is able to join us tonight because I was worried at some point that he was going to be charged with a felony.
I was worried too, and you weren't there, Coach. DMac was. I have to be very careful because I don't think in those situations. Those people are all drunk because you saw it, Coach. Everybody that came to our camera after the show on Altitude TV, everybody was drunk, high, whatever.
There were a lot of smells, weren't there, Vic?
Yeah,
a lot of smells. It was the Colorado combination.
Those Boston fans got very aggressive, and I should have been more careful. That's totally on me. I just can't help myself. I can't, as I said on the show, and with all due respect to you, DMac, I know you're from that part of the country. That's where you're born. But I don't think there is a more barbaric version of a sports fan than those that come from Boston.
Barbaric.
It was
all right, hold on. I got a couple.
I'll agree.
Hold on. I got a couple of examples for Vic, just so people know what we're talking about. So watch this.
We'll see about that.
Get out!
You disrespect that.
Get out!
All right, that's Vic throwing a hat. Then we have this one.
Give it to him.
I feel so sad, man.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Thank you. You too. People really like you out here.
I think they like you, Vic.
Yeah.
Even though they don't recognize you with the beanie.
My goodness, I'm drunk off his breath right now.
Broncos.
Yeah, I got you.
So there you go, Vic. A couple of examples of you, your stuff
That
there.
sucked. We did this show live from outside the stadium, hoping that we would capture the essence of victory. Right, the Broncos are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Everybody's charged up, and instead we got the opposite. And I hate that feeling, and it's a feeling we've had. We do this long enough. You've seen it many times. The locker room after losing to Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship. The Baltimore loss, the Jacksonville loss. We've seen it many times. But for some reason today, given how close you are and the fact that you had that game, and maybe recency bias, but this one for me, it felt different. I don't know what it felt like for you guys. I mean, I've seen all those other ones. I've seen them all. I felt them all. This one felt different. This one felt like, damn, you just gave that away.
Yeah. You remember, Vic, do you remember there was a really weird moment of the game? It was, I think it was the first drive of the Patriots' second half.
Well, yep. You turned to me. Coach turned to me and said,
what was the down and distance? It was like right around the 38-yard line. I think it was the first third. It was the first third down of the second half for the Patriots offensively.
Coach turned to me and said, this is the coach in me, but this is the most important drive of the game. And I said, really? He goes, yeah, it is. And he was right. They established something. They held the ball for 13 minutes in that third quarter. They didn't give it back. They played keep away, and there was nothing the Broncos could do. Once they took the lead, guys, I don't know about you, but didn't it feel like they were up by 3? It felt over.
I felt the momentum change when they just didn't get the 3 points on the fourth down. And it was a cacophony of awfulness. It was a bad decision. They burned a timeout. They called a terrible play. It was Mark Kisler wrote an article saying Sean Payton's arrogance is going to cost his team a championship. That's what got Sean sideways with Kiz. And there was let me play you a couple of cuts, okay? Because there was really no good explanation for what he did.
Coach, do you have regrets for not taking the field goal and going up 10-0?
There's always regrets, you know. Yeah, I mean, look, I felt like, you know, here we are, 4th and 1. We felt close enough that, and it's also a call you make based on the team you're playing and how what you're watching on the other side of the ball. So yeah, there'll always be second thoughts.
I don't know. What do you make of that explanation?
Well, I listened to the follow-up question. Who had the follow-up right after you asked that one?
Kiz.
Yeah, and I'll give Sean some credit. You know, I think he from a coaching perspective, I thought he answered, you know, fairly transparently. I think there was some, you know, with regards to Sean Payton, I thought it was there was accountability taken in his own way, right? Sean's never going to say it's on me, nor should he. That's on me is a terrible look, right? We've all been through that with head coaches, and it just appears that you're not running the franchise, right? Shows weakness. You know, it's interesting. So Sean Payton had called a nickel run, right? Which means in his world, it means that it was a 10 or 11 personnel spread out the field, call a run play. Okay. And I think at the time he liked the matchup. He liked the fact that the Patriots didn't put in their base personnel, meaning there were lighter bodies on the field. And then
was it 4th and 1, coach? It was exactly 4th and 1 at that point. What was it?
Yeah, it was 4th and 1. It was a full one though, right? Yeah. You know what bothers me about the Broncos?
They lost.
They don't have a quarterback sneak.
They did with Bo Nix last week.
Yeah, but they haven't been committed to it. Like, so here's what I'm going to go coach mode here. And this is going to, like, full transparency. I am going to pull from my experiences, college game, right? Sean's way better. He's way smarter. Okay. But one thing I do understand about coaching is that you develop your identity over time, and your identity does show up in moments like this. And in the NFL, what is it, like 70 to 80% of the teams play in environments that you could have weather like you did today in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sean Payton, this offense, and frankly, this entire franchise has done so many things right. It's mature. It's free of drama. It's got great players. It's developed unbelievable depth. But you know what it isn't? It's not the tough guy on the block. And you knew who's the tough guy on the block? Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
He's a meathead. Okay? He's a meathead. You know who else is a tough guy on the block? If he ever coached a healthy team, Jim Harbaugh, who, oh, by the way, is 3-0 against Sean Payton when he had basically his starting cast.
Sean coaches a style that is very much about style. It's about style. But I want to go back to that fourth down play.
Yeah.
What preceded that play? Do you guys remember on third down?
It was a run. Well, there were two scrambles, actually, because I just rewatched it. Stiddy scrambled one time to the left and picked up a bunch. And then the second time, it was Stiddy scrambling to the right. And he almost got it on his own. So there were two Stidham runs back to back that got it to that point, Vic. If that's what you're asking, that's what happened.
Right. So the two most devastating plays of the game, the one where you fail to get the points and you get stopped, and the one that led to the turnover and giving New England a touchdown. Yeah. On both of those plays, Stiddy was running with the ball trying to make a pass. I don't know if they were intentionally trying to move the pocket or if it's just the way it worked out, because he's running with the ball trying to make a pass. And the passes weren't there. The passing lanes, the receivers, it didn't work. So both of those plays. If you're going to make a call on fourth down, you question the call itself. That's fine. But here's why I have a problem with not taking the kick. Number one, your defense is dominating the game.
Dominating.
Drake May looked all out of sorts.
He sucked, man.
He looked scared early.
Drake May threw for 86 yards today, guys.
He looked scared.
Yeah, and 31 of them came on a trick play.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, every time he went back to pass, he didn't know what was coming and where it was coming from. That's number one. I got 4 points here. Number two, points were obviously at a premium today. It was obvious from the get-go. This wasn't going to be Seattle and L.A. That was not that kind of game. This was going to be a low-scoring game. So points were at a premium. You can't run the ball. You try, but you can't establish a competent run game. You haven't been able to do that since J.K. Dobbins was there. Sure. So understand that. Have that in your belt. And number four, you knew, because they have all the analysts in the world, you knew what was coming. So you have those 4 points of education, knowledge, all four of those, and you still decided to go for it. I don't get it.
It was, and he didn't really explain it either. All right, let me play you his answer to Kiz about the play itself, and then I got another one for you. But here's the play itself.
Well, we ended up in a 6-1 front. They ended up playing like a heavy 6-1. There was a clock stoppage, so we had a nickel run called, and then I don't know if there was a timeout or they called one. But, it's a slipper naked that we've run pretty well. They played a 6-1 front with a kind of a 2-deep shell. So the run look was going to be, hindsight, the initial sub-run thought was a better decision.
You want to break that down for us, Coach?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's talking about there, Coach.
Yeah, I can tell you that. So obviously in a 4th and 1 situation, there's a couple different fronts that you can get. So that means the alignment of the defensive line and and the backers. And so a 6-1 front essentially means that you have, and I saw it from up top, you have everybody reduced down to line up in each open gap. So both A gaps, so meaning between the center and the guard on the left and on the right, there was a D lineman. Guard and tackle, B gap, tackle and tight end, C gap, and then overhang players. But what Sean said is that it was a too high coverage. So that means there were 2 high safeties. If you have 2 high safeties, that means it's zone, which is why the play didn't work. Just so you guys know, it was a design man beater. Okay. And too high in that situation always means that the corners are designed to play the flat. That's called cloud.
They're going to cheat up. They're going to cheat up.
They're going to cheat up, and they're not going to follow their man inside. And so the play, and you watch it, you're like, little Jordan Humphrey's like trying to block somebody almost. Like he was running interference. He was trying to create a natural rub so that you could sneak RJ Harvey out on the little, they call it, it's a naked slipper. It's a good play versus man. It's an awful play versus cover 2. You know what it is? Good versus cover 2? When 2 safeties are playing high and both corners are playing the flats, a freaking run play. Okay, a run play. And here's my problem. All right, because like I'm salty right now because you know what, guys, I've been in the media for 3 years. I'm selfish. I wanted to go to a Super Bowl. Okay, I'm gonna be transparent. And one thing I've learned about local media is that all of us want the team to be successful.
Yes,
we don't not want the team to be successful.
And part of that is what you just said. Part of that is based on selfishness. You want the team to go so we can go with them.
Yes. Like it's a journey that we all feel like we have efficacy in. We feel like there is some type of impact on it. So for me, I'm sitting there watching it and I can't say this enough. And this is where this team needs to go. This is where the offense needs to go. The offense needs to find out, and Sean needs to make some hard decisions based off data. Take the data. And the data is this. You were pretty fortunate this year that you didn't play in a lot of games with this type of weather frankly, in a climate that you could have this weather in late September.
Absolutely. Sure.
You played in front of 61 degrees, and we can talk about Burnham Yards and the dome and the retractable roof.
They're going to have a roof.
They are, but that's not your reality for the next 4 years.
I know.
Okay,
so what you're saying is exactly what I'm saying. He coaches this team for style. He coaches this team for short passing game, and that's not always going to work in the playoffs.
Let me ask you this, because we've heard the term "tale of two halves" from anybody that was breaking down this game. What changed? The weather. The weather. Okay.
The weather.
And what type of team survived the weather today? Offensively.
Physical teams that can at least establish some semblance of a run game. And you know what? New England really couldn't run the ball either, but their quarterback could.
He did all right. I mean, I would make the argument any quarterback with the running lanes that Drake May had would have been fine, aside from elderly quarterbacks like Phillip Rivers and Aaron Rodgers.
I get what everybody's saying, and we want to say that Drake May just took off and he was the only part of that's a lazy take, man. The NFL is a hard league to run the football in. Okay, it is. And the Broncos are second against the run defensively. But you know what happened today? Ramondre Stevenson, guess what that son of a gun had today? He got 25 carries. All right? And yeah, it was 2.8 yards per carry. But you know what Mike Vrabel decided to say to his idiotic offensive play caller that likes to throw it all the time? Yep, Mike Vrabel, he flipped it over and said, hey, douchebag, I've seen you do this before. You're not playing with Tom Brady. Your stupid-ass quarterback is 10 of 21 for 86 freaking yards. He averages 4.1 yards per carry, and he's been sacked 5 times. Hand the ball to number 38.
The Patriots total passing yards, the official passing yards was 65.
Yeah,
65.
But and this is my thing. Is this is a overall decision that you make. You make it in training camp. You make it week 1. You make it week 7. You make it week 11. You make it week 17. Nobody freaking cares about how cool your screen game is. People care when the weather sucks ass and you got to go win a title. Can you run the football? Let me ask you this. Did Gary Kubiak, when he was the head coach here, did he run the football or try to?
Well, as DMac would know, not only did he run the football, he changed the offense to the point where Peyton Manning wondered why they changed the offense so much. He had to convince Peyton Manning that a run game and the way that the run-heavy game that they instituted would win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I give you that same Patriots team with Tom Brady at quarterback. They came here, and the Broncos were able to establish a run game.
Right.
There was a game in the regular season when C.J. Anderson ran it left for a touchdown that secured a victory in overtime. There are so many instances of that. I totally agree with you, but a run game doesn't poof out of thin air on January 25th.
It's a decision. No. It's an entire decision.
All right, hold on. Is it difference if J.K. Dobbins is healthy?
It's a difference, yeah. And here's why it's a difference. It is a difference.
But you know what? He was.
You know what? And I hate to say it. This is the woe is me, and the what if. It makes a difference if Bo Nix and J.K. Dobbins are available.
Amen. Listen, in reality, you're missing Bo Nix, J.K. Dobbins. You're missing 2 of your top 4 receivers in this game. You're missing some personnel offensively. Let's be honest. You're missing some offensive personnel. Not an excuse, though, because even with the guys you had in there, you had the game won. Let me ask you guys 3 questions, all speculative. These are bullshit questions. In fact, I hate asking them, but I'm going to. If they kick the field goal instead of go for it on 4th, do you think the Broncos win?
Yes.
Yep.
If it doesn't snow in the second half, do you think the Broncos win?
Yes.
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 Sure.
Yes.
I mean, if it's 10-0, frankly, if it's 10-0, they win one way or the other, whether there's snow or not. But yes.
If Bo Nix plays, do you think the Broncos win?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
So the last one was impossible, obviously, because Bo's not going to play. But the first 2, you can somewhat control because
no doubt.
The first 2, you had the decision of the field goal. The second one, you knew it was coming. You know, this is DMac and Mike. I'm talking to you two, both of you. Both of you guys are assholes because you guys both like snow.
I love
And
snow.
you know why?
Yeah, I like
I'm
to
born and
ski.
raised, and I hate snow. I hate it with all my being. There's nothing good about it. Coming home, it was slick. You had to wipe it off the windshield. And look at what it did to your Broncos. Look at what your precious snow that everybody loves. It ruined your chance to go to the Super Bowl. So take that next time.
Dude, you're the whole time out. You were misrepresenting my love of snow. I love snow west of Idaho Springs, Vic, because there's no point for it east of Idaho Springs, okay? So I am a dome guy. I am Mr. Retractable Roof.
You guys are soft.
I think
I'm glad you
football-
said that.
soft.
Coach,
And
here's another thing
unfortunately, the franchise that we all talk about today proved to be, I hate to say it because it pains me, proved to be soft.
That's fine, but that's the style
All right,
they
so,
play.
hey, you know what? Build a dome and they would have won today. Cool. Like honestly, like the Patriots fans, guys, we did the same thing with the Bills fans last week. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, make excuses for it. You know what?
You don't
know
have
what
a run
is?
game, Mike. You don't have a run game
Because you're soft
and it's slick. You're dead. You're dead. You don't have.
Yeah, roll your eyes, D-Mac. Those screen passes looked pretty good today, didn't they? They were really good.
Quinn Miners is soft. Garrett Bowles, Ben Powers, Luke Wattenberg, McGlinchey.
No, they're not.
Soft.
The players aren't.
They're
The
soft.
players aren't. The identity is. The commitment to it is. Ramondre Stevenson having 25 carries when he was
They don't
averaging.
have a Ramondre Stevenson. They don't have one of those.
They don't even try. They don't even try.
They don't have one of those players. They've got intermediate running backs, guys who are smaller. You're looking at Jaleel McLaughlin and RJ Harvey. Those are not Ramondre Stevenson.
Do not forget, because we talked about it endlessly. The Broncos had a chance. Omarion Hampton, Trayvon Henderson, Judkins. We talked about these guys a
100%.
lot. But we got JD.
And they chose to
Jody
go
Barry,
on the.
Jody
All
Barry.
right, so here you go. So I like this. This is a great comment right here because I'm choosing violence today. Sanford can only get jobs at high schools, and he judges an NFL coach for being soft. You know what? We already established this, right? So what did we say? We said that if it wouldn't have snowed, the Broncos win the game. So when it got hard and it got cold and it got ugly, the team that was tougher won, and that was New England. And I'm not saying Quinn Miners and Mike McGlinchey and Luke Wattenberg and Garrett Bowles are soft or Ben Powers is soft. No. I'm saying the identity, and the identity comes from the person calling the plays. And you know what? It didn't catch up to you during 14 of your regular season wins and your one postseason win, which was awesome. It was a glorious win against Buffalo at home, but it caught up to you when it got ugly. And that matters. And there is a reason that a domed head coach that had his success in a dome is now coaching where? In a non-dome that had negative wind chill temperatures. So guess what?
Agreed.
You need to decide who you are. And so in 2026, I want to see the Denver Broncos be a team that decides we can commit to being physical. Draft a damn big physical running back in the first freaking round.
Fine.
Having said that, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why. Maybe that could explain why in the back of his mind, Sean Payton said, I'm going to go for it here. We need 7 because in the second half, when the snow comes, my team can't do what that team can do. My team hasn't been able to do that. So if we get points now, we'll have such a lead, we won't need to worry about it. Maybe that led to why he decided to go for it in that situation.
I'll give you here's his original explanation about it.
Yeah, I just felt like, man, we had momentum to get up 14. It felt like we had a good call. Where were we at yard line wise there? Yeah, I think the feeling was, man, let's be aggressive to get up 14. I was just watching the way our defense was playing.
I don't know. I don't know if it's much of an explanation. I don't know, man. Listen, I feel you, Mike. It's a good one you got there with the dome and the whole thing. And I will say, and I don't know if you guys caught it, but I saw an interview with Robert Kraft on the Sports Hub 98.5, and he actually went on and on and on about we'll never build a roof here. We want teams to come here. To your point, like Robert Kraft was like, no, this is our identity. We'll never, we don't care about the Final Four or Lady Gaga in February. We don't care. We want this to be the worst place in the world for teams to come to. And Tom Brady famously has said he loved playing in snow. He said that a million times. So,
Well, come on,
DMac.
DMac, you were there today. In all deference to Tom Brady, I don't think there's a quarterback alive that would have been able that second half. The visibility was so bad.
Terrible. Yeah, and Drake May didn't do anything either except scramble.
Nobody did anything.
Yeah,
you couldn't drive. I mean, listen, a semi with bright lights would have trouble navigating that field. It was that bad. So I am not going to pin this on the quarterbacks for like everybody. Oh, Stidham fell asleep in this. They're going to have Stidham. You could sense it. There was not going to be a downfield attack.
You couldn't complete a forward pass in that weather.
No.
But hold on. They did get it in field goal position for Will Lutz. They did.
They got in field goal position because the punter shanked his punt.
Whatever.
It had back-to-back shanks, and Drake May couldn't hand the football off. The weather was so bad.
That's the only reason they were in field goal position. Not because
anybody that's putting this on Jarrett Stidham they don't understand football. They don't get it. They don't understand it.
I agree with you.
Jarrett Stidham's little weird backwards pass thing. Yeah, that's on him. And it led to 7 points.
Drake May did one thing well today. He out sprinted a couple players in key situations.
Jonah Ellis. Jeez.
Yeah, for that first down. He got up the middle on an open play when it looked like there was nothing there. Other than that, in the passing game, Drake May was scared shitless.
He was awful, guys. He was awful. He's going to the Super Bowl. He's going to be second. He's going to be second in the MVP. And you know what? We just watched the game of the two currently, by far, the two best teams in the NFL. Let's just I want to ask you this. You saw what you saw with the Rams and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Would a Jarrett Stidham Denver Broncos team in controlled climate had a chance to compete with either one of those teams?
No. That was the sad truth that I was sort of not speaking this whole week.
You still want to go.
I agree, Vic. I agree.
Going and losing the Super Bowl, for everybody who says, oh, it would suck, it sure beats losing at home to frickin' New England.
I agree. I agree with Vic on that too. It probably would have been bad news in Santa Clara, as it likely will be bad news for the Patriots, frankly.
It's going to be ugly, man. It's going to be.
They're going to get their ass kicked, but that's not going to make me feel any better. I'm not playing Schadenfreude here. I mean, it just doesn't work. Hey guys, I want to say this. I think a key addition. Well, it's not an addition. He just became active. But when they did it, it was quiet. Nobody talked about it. But I think he proved to be the wild card for the New England Patriots. When they activated Mac Hollins for this game,
he was good.
Walks in barefoot with his beer bottles playing the Warriors. And everybody's laughing and he looks like a freak. He made 2 huge plays in this game. Huge plays. That little lateral
Vic?
What they do?
It was a flea flicker.
Flea flicker. Yeah. Which was a perfect pass. The best pass.
That was Drake May's only signature play through the air.
Exactly. I thought Mac
great.
Collins was a difference. He was their best receiver today.
Okay, hey Vic, can we go
Well,
behind?
they only had 10 catches, so sure.
Vic, can we go behind the curtains real quick? You and I were trying to get in position for the Altitude TV postgame show, Mile High Postgame Live. The game was still being played. They were still kneeling it out. What did you and I witness as we were trying to traverse the barricade that was right next to the New England Patriots locker room? Do you remember?
You talking about the players coming in?
There were two of them that came in before the game was actually over.
Oh, you're
Was
kidding
one of
me.
them Mac?
One of them was Matt Collins, fake tough guy. He's
Fake
cold.
tough guy.
Yeah, he was
Freaking
cold.
cold.
His feet were cold.
His feet were cold.
He was cold.
Feet. All right, let me go to the backward pass thing. And boy, oh boy, I didn't understand it till I got home and like really looked at it. And physics is a weird thing.
Are you a believer?
Well, I am now because I see what happened. What happened was he did pass it and the ball went backwards.
But was it bad?
But he went backwards. Like after the ball left his hand, he also physically was going backwards. So it was a little bit of an optical illusion, but it was the right call. Here is Stidham talking about.
Obviously, I can't put our team in a bad position like that. I was trying to throw it away to TB. He was in the area, and the pressure. He just got up on me real fast, and I was just trying to get rid of it. And like I said, I can't put the ball in the in a position like that. So that was completely on me.
Did you think it was a backward pass?
No, I thought I'd thrown it forwards, and then obviously the replay or whatever said differently. So like I said, just probably should have just eaten the sack anyway.
If physics is a weird thing, boys, he was moving backwards as he tried to throw it forwards. But because the momentum of going physically backwards, the pass technically went backwards. And it was hard to understand and hard to look at and hard everything. But more importantly, first of all, the refs screwed that up. It should have been a touchdown. They let the play go on.
Yeah, they blew the whistle.
I know, dumb. And one ref did let it go on. I mean, whatever. They scored 2 plays later, so kind of who cares. But that actually should have been a touchdown. And the one thing the Broncos and Jarrett Stidham couldn't afford to do was make dumb mistakes. Take a sack, bro.
Yep.
Take a sack. We got Croshaw. They start at the 45. We got a great defense. The one thing, and I'll give you another one too. With 2 minutes to go, down 3, Bo Nix has the ball in his hands. Is he throwing that interception at the end of the game, even in the snow and all the crap going on? I say no. And Stidham, that thing floated out there. That wasn't,
he panicked a little bit there. But
Yeah.
at that point, let's be in your heart of hearts, what were you really thinking? They could get DMac. They had trouble gaining 2 yards, let alone trying to get first down.
I get it, but I like to see you give the team an opportunity, and 2 turnovers, and then Sean's turnover on downs instead of taking the 3 points, and then Will Lutz, who's listen, the conditions were terrible. Lutz talked about it afterwards. You can't prepare for conditions like this. They missed 2. They missed 2 field goals too. But it still sucks that Will Lutz missed that field goal.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, the 2 field goals
suck.
they missed, one was a 63-yarder that had no chance to begin with. It was a long kick, so I'm not going to even count that. Okay. The other one was a legit miss. I do want to ask you, did you guys go back and look at the second miss by Lutz that was partially blocked?
Let me play. Yes, but let me play you what he said. It's kind of messed up why that happened.
Conditions change so rapidly. How does that affect your mindset in the second half?
Doesn't affect my mindset. It affects a lot though, and it affected a lot.
Was that kick a little low? Is that what you have to do in a?
The game just ended. I have no idea. Okay. I have no idea. My guess is, unfortunately, you couldn't see the lines on the field, and honestly, I think we might have been a yard short on the snap, but you can't see the lines on the field, and we had to kind of estimate, and guy comes through and it gets blocked.
All right, so what he's saying is they didn't spot the ball on the right yard line, fellas.
You're saying, no, they spotted the ball on the right yard line, meaning the actual play. It means that the actual short, the holder, he didn't mark off 7.
Right, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, sorry. So typically I like to do 7.5 yards. That's where when I'm coaching it, And I was a college holder. Unfortunately, I wasn't a starting quarterback for Boise State, but I was one hell of a holder, one of the best.
And like a mother.
Oh man. And I held in a snowstorm at Brigham Young University in Provo. And I had to go like Vic, it was kind of like you when you're playing golf and you're taking a look at your putt. You got to make sure that there's not even like a little tiny like twig on the green, or you got to go do things and you got to move things. You got to find a way to get 7 yards back. And you have a dang rookie punter that's your holder that's from Australia, man. Like, you've got to get a guy that's going to take charge of the situation. But I'll tell you this, man, we all saw it, guys.
It was too close to the line of scrimmage. That's what we're saying.
Yep. So the angles are reduced.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's the first kick that I think is going to wear him out a little bit. I mean, that kick in the conditions, it's understandable. But the first kick, it's weird. Did you guys notice toward the end of the year? Is it me or many opportunities to kick 55, 56 yarders in Denver? You'd think that's pretty makeable. How many times have we seen Sean Payton?
Several.
Say no.
Several.
Sean is allergic to a 58-yard field goal. We've learned that. He hates
He thinks too many bad things will happen, like block, return, that.
Which isn't. I don't think.
Or a lack of confidence, if that's where you're going, Vic. A lack of confidence in Will Lutz. Is that where you're going?
I don't know what I would call it from that distance, but both of those kicks, the second one I could live with. The first one, no. I'm going to replay so many moments of this game as they are, and just say, my God, one decision here and there. I'm going to walk away from this game thinking exactly what Nick Bonito said. And I know it's sour grapes, and I know it sounds like BS, but I don't think the better team won. I really believe that.
I agree. Let's get to what's next for the Broncos here in a second.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
You could save yourself 10% by using the code 2026 playoffs. We'll have to change that code, but 2026 playoffs at Amazon.com comes in singles. Just pinch the top, you take it off, put it back on. Doesn't suck for the environment because it's not plastic. It's just paper. It's awesome. Thank you, Andon and Rosa. We love you. If you like what we do here, support us by going to Journey Spice and do yourself a favor and buy some Journey Spice. That'd be awesome.
What a journey for the Broncos.
I actually like the code word there, because 2026 playoffs, that implies two really glorious runs that are going to happen here in the next 5 months between the old Avalanche and the Nuggets when they get their whole roster back together at some point.
Somebody on the comment section here. Oh man,
I'll try to put it up.
Somebody says, now you all got a problem with the kicker. It was a blizzard, you jackasses. As I said, and me being one of the jackasses, I can tolerate missing the second kick. That's fine. I mean, couldn't line it up. That's fine. The first one, no. The first one came in the first half. The first one was makeable. No on the first one. There was no blizzard at the time. Was there a blizzard on the first miss?
No, but the cold front had moved in. The wind was swirling.
I get it, but I mean,
how long was that? Was that 54?
54 yards.
God dang, I didn't love it. Just like I was thinking about it from a decision maker perspective, and I saw those flags going every which way. Didn't like it. Did the Patriots kicker have a great day?
No, he missed a couple too.
Yep. So let me ask you this: what's next for the Broncos? Who needs to go, and what do you have to get?
Well, I'll tell you this: they exceeded my expectations. Okay. I had them winning 11 games, winning a wild card game on the road because I thought they'd get to play like the Texans, something like that. And I thought they'd win that, and I thought they'd lose in the divisional round to whoever, Baltimore, Buffalo, whatever. But I did have them, and I've talked about this a million times. Next year, I had them winning the Super Bowl because you're done with Russell Wilson's money completely. So you can do a lot of cool things in free agency. And I thought the maturity of Bo Nix in his third year with Sean Payton in his fourth year was going to be amazing. So I think, in my opinion, they got way further than I thought, way further. And I think next year, and I don't even know where the Super Bowl is next year, but I will be disappointed if the Denver Broncos are not playing in the Super Bowl next year.
I'm tweeting something right now.
God, it's so hard to get there.
You make a great prediction, but how many times are you going to be hosting the AFC title game? How many?
Hopefully next year. Hopefully we're 2 for 2.
How many times do you catch breaks? How many times do you get the last place schedule? How many times do you have a team lose to the Raiders in week 1 to give you home field? How many times are you in this situation? That's why it hurts. By the way, I just looked it up because I remember the score. I just wanted to verify it. It ain't the first time the Broncos have lost an AFC championship 10-7. They lost to Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah, they lost to Buffalo in 1992. And ironically enough, it was a backup quarterback on the field at the time because Gary Kubiak had to come in for John Elway, who got hurt in that game.
Wow. Did not even realize that. That's crazy. Yeah. This is painful, too, because it's only their third loss in the AFC Championship out of, 10 times? Something like that? Something along those lines.
It's Sean's third one.
Is it really his third one? His third champion? Oh, yeah. Right, of course. Well, there's one very famous one, obviously.
Think of how painful the ones for Sean Payton have been. He had that ridiculous call against the Rams. You remember that one? Do you remember that call? The interception?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that one is going to resonate forever in his brain. This one, what was the third one? Was that the?
He's 1-3 in NFC. So combined NFC and AFC championship games, he's 1-3.
I don't remember the other loss though. That's what Vic's asking you. What's the other loss? I don't
I'm looking right now. 2018 was the Rams on the one McVay beating Sean Payton. Okay, here's the other two. So lost to Chicago. Oh wow, that's wild. The Bears 2007 Super Bowl. That was 39-14. They got absolutely obliterated. It was
So first of all, I'm very proud of what we collectively did for the Mile High Post Game Show on Altitude TV. And really strong kudos to our guy Vic Lombardi, because that would not have existed if it wasn't for Vic, period. And then we got a great hostess in Rachel. And then we all worked together, and it was Andy Lindahl, a slew of Broncos alumni, me being the Cub reporter, that like a 23-year-old should be doing that job. But, I had fun doing it. And all sorts of help from behind the scenes from Altitude TV. Okay. So it was really cool.
You just summarized the entire Mile High Post Game Live show.
Yeah. There you go.
And you never mentioned me. Just for the record, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't need it.
You were there just for ornamental purpose.
Yeah,
you didn't need anybody that actually has been around the game of football their whole life. But that's okay. Don't worry about it. We don't need.
We just figured you got so much attention from 9 News, you didn't need a mention from me. But however you want to. Oh, not only 9 News, Channel 4, Fox 31. I mean. Toby's cable show out of Monte Vista. I mean,
how many more hits you got today, Coach?
I have 3 left. I'll be up till midnight. Hey, you know what's good though? You know what's good?
He's also doing Telemundo later on today.
Oh, los Broncos! No son buenos. No es bueno. No, es muy malo.
My point is, we're just kind of getting going here. And I was talking to Rachel on the way home, and she asked me, the mood in the locker room. And I did a bad job on this, Vic. I should have talked more about that when I was on with you before you were fighting people in tricolor hats. But it was not the Buffalo Bills, by the way, guys. Guys were not crying in the locker room. Not at all. It was more of a disappointed. We're disappointed. We're not happy about it. but we're not bawling. We're not blaming other things. It wasn't like that at all. They weren't second guessing their coach's decision. It wasn't peppy and happy, but it wasn't devastatingly upset either. And I like that.
Because you know why? I think deep down, and they won't tell you this.
Correct.
But I
Go
know,
ahead.
I know how minds operate at that level. Deep down, they had an easy excuse because their starting quarterback was out.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, deep down,
Probably
everybody wanted to see Stiddy City, and everybody wanted to make it happen. And everybody, obviously, it looked like it was going to happen for a while, but deep down, they said to themselves, well, shit. Well, I guess we have an excuse.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty easy one to make.
Well, it's pretty legit, though, too, at the same time.
Of course.
It is, but one of the things that I hate is when that's in the back of anybody on the team's mind.
They couldn't avoid it.
The built-in excuse sucks ass when you're trying to go out and do something significant, right? It's also why I hope I never hear the Broncos organization, players, coaches say anything about the word momentum, because that shows that you get caught up in the circumstances of what the game is giving you. You have to respond. And that's the one thing that I'll say where Bo Nix, and hear me out, DMac.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know this, I was not an original Bo stand, right? I was not me.
You were Penix.
Yeah. I think that Bo Nix does something that even Sean Payton doesn't do at the level that he should do. And that's the word respond.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? I thought about this when I was driving home. Just like the New York Yankees, when they started turning the gas on a little bit and getting going, they had an elite closer. His name was Mariano Rivera. Yeah. You know who the Denver Broncos lacked today? They lacked their Mariano Rivera. They did not have their cut fastball. They lacked their cut.
And to be honest, it's just unfair for all of us. And I'm texting my brothers, Stiddy wasn't good in this. I mean, it's unfair to ask a guy who hadn't thrown a pass in 2 years in a blizzard to get the ball and suddenly deal it down. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
You're right.
It's not going to happen.
You're
if you
right.
were on the field, by the way, and as we went outside, we got a firsthand look at it, Coach.
Brutal.
The visibility was so poor. I don't know how
it was ridiculous.
It was terrible.
There's a reason we didn't see really any forward passes completed. It didn't have to do with handing the ball off to a running back and then pretending like you were done.
Sean just said that in the post game. He's like, "Yeah, we had to take passes out of the playbook." Like, yeah, no kidding. Like, sure, of course you did. Everybody did. All right. Do you guys like football like that? I know we're circling back a little bit. We kind of talked about this. I hate it. I don't think.
Okay, you're gonna get on a topic that's very touchy for me, and I have a feeling just by looking at Sanford's face that we're gonna argue here. Here's what I hate about snow globe football. Here's what I hate. Everybody loves the look on television. Everybody, oh, it's awesome. Look at that snow, everybody. Hey, everybody, they got to snow blow the lines, and everybody's in the snow globe. It's awesome. Let me tell you what it does.
It's shitty football.
Takes all the skill out of the game.
Yes.
And it comes down to sheer luck. When you see receivers slipping, when you see running backs slip before they get the ball and it ruins a play, when you see nothing resembling a forward pass because you can't see anything, that's not football.
It's
that's
shitty
bullshit.
football. I agree.
That's not skill. That's bullshit. And you can ram your head against the wall and say, well, the tougher team wins. Well, if you want to play that style for 17 games, sure. But for 17 games, we're watching actual football.
Good. You know what's good? You know what's good, Vic, is just pray to God that all 32 teams go to all indoor domed environments. But unfortunately,
it should be required.
Okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. But that's like 17 years away from being a reality, guys. Okay. So guess what you have to do? You've got to do something that a game that has existed for over 150 freaking years, the game of football. All right. This is a game that was not meant to be played in an arena that is climate controlled, Vic, that allows you to be in a comfy studio with your beautiful Italian suit on that's cut, and that you can feel comfortable. Football is uncomfortable. It hurts. Yeah. That's the number one thing that I would describe anybody who hasn't played football. Okay. The number one thing when asked about what football feels like, I would tell you this. It hurts. It hurts a lot.
How was hey
All the
Sanford,
time.
Sanford, you're an offensive mind. You're a man. How was the offensive display by both teams in the second half of that game today?
I thought it was glorious by
you thought that was good football. You thought that was
I thought New England,
and slap an award on that. I thought that was shit. I thought that was snowplow shit.
I did too. I agree.
Hey, you know what, Vic? Let's all. What was the dumb name of the Arena Football League team in Colorado? The Rush,
the world champions with John Dutton, who won championships.
Yeah,
that
you know what?
season?
Let's go watch that. That's fun, man. You know what? That really moves the needle. We all love watching the Colorado Crush. It's awesome. They're so
listen,
good.
I'm speaking the truth here. You could say what you want about the elements. I'm going to tell you this because I've already seen the plans. This new stadium is going to have a roof on it, and if that new stadium were in play today, guess what?
Broncos
the roof would have been closed, whether you like the elements or not. It
You know what,
would have
Vic? You know what though? Unfortunately, that stadium wasn't built today.
I know, but I'm just telling you words.
But the concept that you have to build an entire team around one game that may be played when 99% of your games are played in a different environment seems ridiculous to me. It seems dumb. Can you imagine if you got to the NBA Finals or the NHL Finals and you had to play in a completely different environment than you've played in for 99% of the time? Why? Why would you ever do that? It's not the way football's intended to be played. It's how football sometimes is played. Not how it's intended, but sometimes the way it gets there. Because football was invented in the 1800s.
All right. Hey, let me.
Do you think seriously football was invented yesterday? They wouldn't have domes? Seriously.
Coach, I played high school football. That's the level. That's all I can give you. But I used to hate playing in the cold. I hated it. I used to hate playing in the snow. I hated it. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to adapt. You should. All I'm saying is this team was not that team. We knew, and I said it all week on my radio show. I said, if it gets nasty, advantage New England. I said it because we all know what this team is. This team is not a snowplow team. No. This team is a nuanced team, and they need all the help they can get, especially from the weather. So two things happened today, worst case scenario. The weather came in, and they trailed the game. When the weather came in, trailing the game, it felt like it was over.
Well,
we do sound soft.
I get this. I live in Denver, right? Who am I? Just a high school coach that coached college football for 20 years.
Oh my God. All right.
No. Like the bottom line is that I'll do a better job, Vic, Darren, and all of our awesome, really brilliant commenters right here on the comments.
Most of them agree with you.
They agree with you.
Most of them agree with you.
I'll agree with every one of you. We should just build our identity as a football team for the dome stadium that will be built by 2033.
Stop being so sarcastic and
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that sometimes you have to be lucky.
I wanted to go to the freaking Super Bowl this year. That's what I wanted.
Why don't you call out the real issue? They should have drafted Henderson instead of Jahdae Barron, and that was a mistake. And we saw it today. Why don't you just be more plain spoken? And that's the truth. They had an opportunity to prepare for this moment. They actually did. And instead of taking a running back that would have fit, they didn't. And they went with I don't even know what he is, cornerback, nickel, safety, who barely plays. So it was a bad draft pick, and that cost them today.
Or we can stop talking about the one draft pick, or we can stop talking about the fact that I'm upset that the Broncos basically had no chance once snow flurries rolled in and a little bit of wind rolled in, and we couldn't throw the football anymore.
Coach, who did you want to run the ball in the snow today?
Huh?
Who did you want from the Broncos to run the ball in the snow?
I wanted 25 carries to somebody. RJ and Harvey. Ramondre Stevenson had 25 carries, and he averaged 2.1 yards per carry.
Coach, RJ Harvey is not Ramondre Stevenson. It's not going to happen.
Hey, do you remember Ramondre Stevenson's glorious collegiate career? Do you remember that, Vic? Where did he play?
I understand that.
Where did he play in college? When was he drafted?
Give me the size of both.
He played at OU when they threw the ball every play.
You just don't have the personnel, is all I'm saying. I don't disagree with you. I would have loved to run. Hey, I would have loved to have Audric Estime still on the roster on a day like this. I would love to have any guy with size, but their running backs are too small. They're too small. That's the problem. And I think that's an issue that they have to deal with. You know, these small intermediate running backs who hit the hole and do all, the bubble screen. Yeah. They need a snowplow for stuff like this.
And they had a shot at they had a shot at 3 different ones. Judkins, Henderson. Did I say Stevenson? I meant Henderson. Judkins, Henderson, and Omarion Miller. They had a shot at 3 different dudes, and they passed on all 3.
Guys, we can talk about the draft picks until we're blue in the face. The bottom line is you could have taken the 3 points.
You could have taken the
4th one.
You're right about
that. And now we're not talking about game.
I know you're right.
If it's 10-0, it's hard to say that because it was too early. Was that still the first quarter or was that
second quarter?
9 minutes to go in the second quarter.
If they're up 10-0 and they're
DMac.
kicking off New England, this is a New England team at that point. They're down 10-0. They're a little rattled. Think about it from this perspective. Now their mindset changes. Oh, shit. We got to throw the ball because we're down 10-0.
Correct.
They can't settle into a run game. They can't because they're playing from behind. So when you have to throw the ball, you're down 10-0. Could Drake May throw the ball prior to that? No, not at all. Now your pass rushers are going to eat. They're going to eat flesh.
It's the bottom line.
Oh, my God.
You're right.
That
That's the bottom line.
Into 10-0, 17-0.
Correct.
It could have changed the game, man.
I'll tell you this, guys. I'll tell you this. I've coached at good different levels, never the NFL. 10-0, where bad weather is either currently the situation or coming.
Yeah.
10-0 is an awful, awful score line to be on as an offensive play caller. It's awful.
Yeah.
It feels gross. Honestly, this is going to be the dumbest statement I've ever made. 10-0 might feel worse than 14-0.
So wait, when you say 10-0 from a team that's trailing or leading?
When you're the team that's trailing.
Trailing. Okay.
10-0 like late season football, whether it's playoff high school football or college, like a road game. Because you got to think like New England was a road team playing in weather and conditions. Yeah. That's 2 possessions, and it takes forever in those types of conditions to actually find points if the other team doesn't screw it up. It's hard.
Well, and the other reason, Coach, is because up until that point, that decision was made, I'm looking at it right now, Drake May had thrown for a grand total of 13 yards.
I know.
He was non-existent. Right. He was running scared every time he went back to pass. He didn't know where it was coming from. So you mean to tell me now you give Drake May a 10-0 deficit and their coaching staff saying, shit, we got to score.
Mm-hmm.
Play right into your
Here
hand.
come the turnovers.
Are you guys watching the Super Bowl?
I think I'm going to go skiing.
Dude,
Go
they're sending
else.
me to the damn game. I want no part of it. I'm being blunt and honest. Like, I want to talk about New England all week.
Seriously, Vic, I don't want to hear
serious.
It's so funny. It was so close to being the greatest Super Bowl of all time for us personally. Broncos Rams for a lot of reasons, right?
Oh,
like that would have been for a million reasons so good. And it went in the exact opposite way. Like it's just the worst for all of us personally.
Hey, the Mikes beat the Seans.
That's wild, man. That is crazy.
Yeah. Bad day for Walmart. That's true too. Sucks. All right, boys. It is what it is. You guys feel warmed up for your radio shows tomorrow?
I'm pissed.
You got any final words here? You want to? We don't need to shut it off. We got tons of people watching. I'm not trying to cut it off, but
for all of you watching, we appreciate you. All right, let me make one final. I guess I don't know if this is the final comment or not.
You make it the final. We're rolling on an hour here. We'll be all on tomorrow, but go ahead. Yeah, make this the final thing.
We will have the time this week to assess the Broncos season as a whole and talk about how magical it was and how unexpected it was and truly how they're ahead of schedule. And we're going to give all the players credit, coaching staff credit. Everything worked beautifully. Nobody expected this. They hosted an AFC championship. It was awesome. We're going to spend a lot of time patting everyone on the back because we didn't expect to be here. Nobody did.
That's true.
But tonight, I choose pain. I choose
I
it.
agree, man. I agree.
I
freaking
welcome it.
agree.
And for those of you who want to play this, I don't want to play that game right now. I
choose
want pain. I want
Mhm.
all of it. I want
Okay.
to feel like shit. I want those New England hats. I just want it. So let me
Okay.
have it.
I don't think we can end better than that. And this will wrap things up with.
Can I
Vic
give you a
stealing it.
final?
Oh, okay, sure.
No, I can't ever. That's
You
Vic,
can't top
that's
what
Vic
Vic
Lombardi.
did. You want to top
I
Vic.
am not gonna final
Yeah.
when Vic Lombardi
Yeah. I
told
choose
us
pain.
all
Yeah.
that we choose
pain.
We'll see. We'll see
Get
about
out.
that.
Get out.
You disrespect
Get
that.
out.
You disrespect
Get
that.
out. Get out.